StevesWorld has around 944,000 subscribers, more than 182 million views. One Minecraft short has over 26 million. Another passed 19 million. Another reached 16 million. But here's the number that matters. One normal 7-minute video got about 7,000 views. 7,000. On a channel surrounded by shorts doing millions. So was StevesWorld actually building an audience? Or just borrowing one from the shorts feed? That 7-minute video was called 20 Things Noobs Do in Minecraft. It was uploaded on November the 13th, 2022. 2 days earlier, a short eventually reached more than 8 million views. 2 days later, another passed 6 million. And sitting between them, 7,280 views. That doesn't prove StevesWorld had no loyal audience, but it does show something important. Those enormous shorts numbers were not transferring cleanly into long-form viewing. And that clue becomes much more interesting when you see how quickly the channel had grown. StevesWorld was created in August 2022. At first, the numbers were tiny. 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 views. Then September arrived. One short passed 4 million. The next day, another passed 6 million. 3 days later, more than 9 million. And by October, the channel was exploding. 7 million, 16 million, 19 million, then on October 21st, 26 million views. In less than 3 months, StevesWorld had found an incredible growth engine. Short Minecraft stories, usually 20 to 40 seconds. Very little setup. Something happens. Someone needs help. Steve steps in. Sometimes there's revenge. Sometimes there's a twist. And crucially, StevesWorld was uploading almost every day. Then something changed. The upload machine slowed down. October had essentially daily uploads. December had 5. January had 4. And on the surface, that looks like our suspect. If the channel's success depends on constantly putting shorts into circulation, maybe fewer uploads meant fewer chances to go viral. Simple. Except the evidence doesn't cooperate. Because this is where the obvious explanation starts to fall apart. January the 8th produced another enormous hit, almost 12 million views. 1 week later, 3.2 million. So reducing upload frequency did not immediately kill StevesWorld. The channel could still explode. And that's important, because if fewer uploads were the cause, we'd expect the collapse to begin as soon as the upload slowed. It didn't. The channel was still capable of producing massive hits. But then February arrived, and the numbers changed. Fast. The final 10 regular shorts from that original run ranged from around 24,000 views to 275,000. Their median was roughly 43,000. The 10 uploads immediately before them, about 192,000. That's a fall of roughly 78%. And more importantly, the huge outliers disappeared. No 12 million, no 6 million, no 3 million. The viral jackpots simply stopped arriving. On February 22nd, StevesWorld uploaded the final short of that original run. About 48,000 views. Then the channel went effectively dormant. But this still doesn't explain why a channel with nearly 1 million subscribers could fall this far. And this is the part that made me stop blaming upload frequency. Look at 3 consecutive uploads from October 2022. October 20th, about 186,000 views. October 21st, 26 million. October 22nd, about 506,000. Same channel, same niche, almost the same format. 186,000, 26,506,000. That is an enormous swing, And the pattern is consistent with a channel receiving huge bursts of shorts distribution, rather than millions of people predictably returning for every upload. Then remember the 7-minute video. 7,280 views. That doesn't tell us the channel had no audience, but it does tell us the 944,000 subscriber number was not the same thing as having 944,000 people waiting for the next video. And this is where StevesWorld gets really interesting. Huge view counts can hide how fragile a channel actually is. A short gets 26 million views. Thousands subscribe. The channel looks enormous. But the real test is what happens next. Do those people come back? Do they watch something else? Does the next upload have reliable demand? In StevesWorld's case, the public numbers give us very little evidence of an equally enormous audience returning outside those viral shorts. So if upload frequency wasn't enough to explain the collapse, what actually killed it? There wasn't one fatal decision. There was a chain. First, StevesWorld found an extremely effective viral shorts format. That created enormous reach. But the long-form experiment suggests weak transfer outside the shorts format. Then upload frequency dropped. That meant fewer chances to produce another massive breakout. Eventually, the viral hits stopped arriving, and once they disappeared, there was no obvious stable audience underneath them. Then regular publishing stopped. For more than 2 years, the channel was effectively dormant. Not one fatal mistake, a chain. So here's the autopsy. Cause of death? An unstable growth engine heavily dependent on viral shorts performance. Contributing factor? Reduced upload frequency. Final event? Regular publishing stopped. But the most interesting number in this entire story still isn't 26 million, and it isn't 944,000 subscribers. It's 7,280. Because that number exposes the difference between reach and demand. A subscriber is not automatically a fan. A viral viewer is not automatically a returning viewer. And one massive video does not mean your next upload suddenly has a massive audience waiting for it. So if one of your videos blows up, don't just ask how many views it got, ask what happened next. Did those people come back? Did they watch another video? Did the channel actually get stronger? Because StevesWorld shows how enormous numbers can hide a surprisingly fragile growth engine. StevesWorld didn't collapse because one video failed. It collapsed when the viral hits stopped arriving, and there wasn't enough reliable demand underneath them to keep the machine running.